It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the Chicago Bulls. And guys, for the Bulls, it's been tough sledding. The loss is mounting. They're simply not playing up to capacity. How to fix it is the question. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus? Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this. Because the veterans have been here before, they can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here from Chicago. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. The Jazz in the midst of a road trip going into this one. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
And seeing where Utah is, they've been shockingly ineffective this season. I don't know if anyone thought they'd have this much of a struggle, but the chemistry's been horrible.
You hit it on the head. And they have a bunch of individual pieces that simply don't fit together, and it's led to a hugely disappointing season.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Ricky Rubio is out there with Mitchell, and it's Crowder in at the 3. Dunn kicks to Holiday. Lopez a screen. Pulls it from the elbow. No good off the back of the rim. You look at Rudy Gobert. Do you see him in the mold of, say, Doris, a Tyson Chandler?
I think the Stifle Tower has got a bigger upside. Both of those guys are 7'2", who can impact the game with defense, rebounding, shot blocking, and finishing around the rim. Both with great mobility. So I do see the comparison.
Here's Dunn after the basket by Utah. There's a screen. Shot clock at 6. Markkanen kicks to Lopez. Rebound, Utah. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, tough place to play on the road, and you just saw how comfortable they were shooting the basketball.
Amazing, Greg, that the hostile environment had zero effect. Instead, they embraced the challenge and absolutely shot lights out.
Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Celtics.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that three.
Right, exactly, Greg. When the shots from the perimeter are not falling, I think you've got to go take it inside. It's as simple as that. They never altered their game plan, and it resulted in a loss. And
the Jazz with possession here after the Bulls pick up 2. Rubio dishes to Crowder. Left side Favors. Markkanen pulls it in. For Chicago, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Levine kicks to Holiday. Back to Levine. Feeds it to Markkanen. Levine against Crowder. Lopez, a screen on Crowder. 4 on the clock. Levine can't hit.
Boy, they wanted to hit the ground running today, but it hasn't happened. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Utah's on defense. Last time they met was in Utah.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took 1 step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
To the inside, and stolen by Dunn. 3 on 3. Fires from deep. Again, Levine missing. Jazz leading by 4. The kick out to Crowder. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-point bomb. Crowder's got his second bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lopez sets a screen for Holiday. Baseline jumper. That one a little long.
I'll tell you, he's not going to get in his coach's good graces if he's missing wide open looks like that.
Crowder, the pass to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Stolen by Markkanen. Puts it up from 17. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That is his first foul of the game. Jazz have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Favors with the screen. Rubio dishes to Favors. Shoots over Markkanen. And Favors gets it to go in on the assist by Rubio.
Remarkable confidence from Derek Favors. He times his release perfectly. The catch and shoot is pretty.
Now here's Levine. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. And again, no good by Chicago. Utah leading by 9. Rubio in the corner. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for Utah.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside. Timeout. Oh, great ball movement there.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. And about halfway through the season, some teams at the bottom, Doris, they're struggling. So my question to you is, at what point do you suddenly realize, wow, we are truly in rebuild mode?
Well, this is a fascinating part of the NBA at this point. A lot of discussion about super teams, a lot of discussion amongst general managers that we're playing for second. Is that something we want to do? And I think this is an issue the NBA and the collective bargaining agreement is going to have to address long term. There was no cap smoothing, and therefore there was that great influx of money that contributed to the super teams. Can the collective bargaining agreement between the league and the players in the long run afford us some measure of balance in the NBA? It's important, I think, that each organization believe if they're managed correctly, they have a chance for a championship.
Here's Rubio after the Bulls pick up 2. Outside Crowder. Rubio with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Trying his luck deep. And it's Mitchell missing. Bulls trail by 9. Outside Levine. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Takes the 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
I would say Dunn more pure scorer than pure shooter, but he nails the 3.
Here's Gobert, and he converts the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Well, Chicago's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Dishes it to Dunn. To the inside. The shot comes out, and it's Utah the other way. Here's Favors. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And Chicago shooting pretty grave so far, about 23%. Second shot opportunity. Rebound, Utah. Favors has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Rubio the pass to Mitchell. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
The Bulls shooting their first free throws of the night right here. First free throw is good.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise, always were competitive and in the hunt for a title. But this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
And he makes both free throws. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and it won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make.
That shot is off. Good D by Rubio.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
And for a Jazz team that had patiently built itself into one of the top teams in the league, how tough is it, Doris, to lose a player like Gordon Hayward?
Well, it's brutal. He was their best player, an all-star, a huge blow. Because you think about Utah fans who have harbored concerns historically about the team's ability to retain star talent. This will feed those doubts, Kev.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And last year, the Bulls, Greg, just didn't threaten anyone from outside.
And I think a big problem has just been personnel. You know, some of the guys they brought in as shooters just really haven't panned out, and that lack of shooting from deep is why this offense can grow stagnant at times.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Bulls trail by 8. Grant kicks to Valentine. Back to Grant. Poke loose. Unloads from 13. That one wide left.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Chicago calls timeout. Doris, you've been a color analyst for both men's basketball, women's basketball. Stylistically, what's the difference, in your opinion, between the two, if anything?
Well, I think there are a number of differences. The primary one being athleticism is slowly starting to take shape and more dictate the outcome of success in women's basketball, whereas athleticism has always been a part of dictating the outcome of games. The above-the-rim aspect of the NBA versus, for the most part, the below-the-rim aspect of the WNBA. That would be the primary difference for me.
But the fundamentals, too, sometimes stand out. The women's game, I think, really, you can see fundamentals so strongly.
You can, Kevin, and I think what helped the women's game tremendously was, especially in the WNBA, you had NBA coaches transition to roles in the WNBA, the Bill Lambiers, the Mike Tebow, so they taught that group how to be pros, how to win on that level.
Excellent point.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Utah leading by 12. And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got his first basket of the night.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. After the basket by Utah, Nwaba kicks to Grant. To stop the run, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Utah.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
The first one falls. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding wars. That creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Jazz leading by 13. Burks in the corner. Off target from outside. Chicago has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. It's stolen by Udo. Here's Exum, and the layup falls. Exum's got his first basket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
There's a screen. Grant outside. It's deflected. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Grant. He gets it in there. And the Jazz lead by 17.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And here are the Bulls now. Passed in Nwaba. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. The Jazz, number 1.
You know, allowing the fewest points per game in the entire league. Their defense has been dominant. Tremendous scheming by the coaches. The players are skilled. They're motivated. This is a very tough bunch to score on.
The first free throw is good.
Well, without great floor spacing, the Jazz have to work harder than most teams to find quality shots. They're very patient and methodical running their offense.
He doesn't get the second one. And the Jazz run a half-court offense. A lot of cuts and screens to create their shots.
Well, they are right near the top in what we call screen assists. Shots created off a screen. Ironically, not a ton of regular assists, despite all the passing required in their offense.
Here's Jerebko. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they missed, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Here's Felicio. And again, no good by Chicago. Utah leading by 16. Here's Burks. And he banks in the layup.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Here's Grant. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Felicio kicks to Valentine. There's the pick. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Exum dishes to Jerebko. Back to Exum. Burks for 3. Felicio with the rebound. Bulls trail by 16. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Burks with the steal.
Really poor pass there, guys, and the D did a great job capitalizing off the mistake.
8 feet away, Valentine grabs the board. And so here is Chicago. The Bulls shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. First one falls for him. And the Jazz have been one of the more old-school franchises. Pounded inside, grind out victories. They're still a tough defensive team, but Doris, Coach Quinn Snyder is receptive to a wide-open style of play.
Right. Quinn wants them to play with pace, look for easy opportunities. He also likes power forwards who can stretch the floor. He understands that's the way the league is going, and he's on board with it.
Now, here's Exum. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. The shot's good from Jerebko.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Here's Valentine. Utah with the rebound. Jerebko's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. We've got 33 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now, here's Ingles. He's guarded closely, and a missed layup. Grant outside. There's 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. There's a good screen. Just 5 on the clock. Chicago needs to get off a shot here.
Well, he's got wonderful touch from deep, right? And with his size, the defender has a hard time even bothering him on the perimeter.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Jazz out in front, leading by 14. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is too. How far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a very convincing performance from the Jazz so far.
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
They've got Portis, also Valentine out there, and it's Grant in at the 1. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Warriors. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And of course Utah. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And seeing where Utah is, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
Yeah, the people who said they hadn't done enough in the offseason to improve this team were exactly right. They never put the foundation of winning in place.
Here's Portis after Alec Burks' score. Nwaba passes to Grant. Here's the screen. Here's Felicio. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Markkanen, he's checked in for Portis. Bean comes in for Denzel Valentine. Justin Holiday's checked in for David Nwaba. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Jaren Grant. On the free throw, no good. As a former point guard at Providence, Doris, in college basketball, you had to initialize plenty of different plays, work within different styles and schemes. Is there a particular offensive scheme that you prefer beyond others?
You know, when I was a kid, believe it or not, though I'm an East Coast kid, during the Lakers and Celtics era, I was actually a Showtime fan. I love the fast pace, their ability to get in transition, the spectacular James Worthy being fed so perfectly by the incomparable Magic Johnson. I am much more a pace and space fan than I am a grinded out player. You know, I'm a Knicks fan by heart, and though I love the success they had in the 90s, I would say that the style of play today is much more appealing to me.
It is. It's so attractive to watch. Movement and fluid basketball and sets that run with precision. It's great to watch.
Poetry in motion.
Yes, well said. Burks can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 12. Holiday with it. Now guarded by Crowder. There's the pass to Felicio. Levine kicks to Holiday. Leaner from distance. And the shot no good. A bit short.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Burks for 3. The shot will not fall. So the Bulls will take it the other way. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Dunn. Great D that time from Favors.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
Got a piece of it. Second chance shot. In deep. Crowder drops it in. Crowder's got 7 points. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And last season, Doris, we saw the flashes of potential for what Chris Dunn can be, taken 5th overall out of Providence in the draft, and didn't have the easiest time adjusting. But you can see where he'll be of value to this team down the line.
Right, and I think due to the years of experience he had in college, everyone expected Chris Dunn to make an immediate splash. It takes everyone a different amount of time to adjust to the NBA. Dunn has proven he can play NBA-level defense. Now the offense has to catch up.
The Bulls making a switch here. Lopez is checked in, and Utah with a change here too. Mitchell's checked in. Levine, a screen on Gobert. Here's Dunn. Oh!
Goodness.
Wow.
Wow. You know, how about the big fella making the right play there to create that bucket?
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Here's Mitchell. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
And that one's good by Favors.
Well, we know this. Derek Favors is terrific, rolling hard after setting the pick. This guy is a terrific screen and roll player.
There's a screen. Dunn kicks to Holiday. Holiday sets the pick for Levine. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
Now, here's Rubio. He had 13 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And again, Derek Favors. Favors has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you love to see Derek Favors get these high-quality looks on the interior. How incredibly patient is this guy down on the block?
Here's Markkanen. But they recover it. Dunn with it. 8 points his last outing. Lopez, a screen on Rubio. Dunn dishes to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. And the three off target.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Mitchell missing.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Stolen by Rubio. It's Crowder on the wing. Off target from three-point range.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Now here is Holiday. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. In transition, here come the Bulls.
Child, please. Body control, flair for the dramatic. Levine in style.
And here's Rubio. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And Gobert kicks to Favors. Jazz passing it around. It's hauled in by Dunn. Dunn's got his fourth rebound in this one. No good with the triple.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
Gobert the pass to Crowder. Kicks it to Mitchell. He tries for three. New 24 for Utah. Rubio outside. Here's Favors. In it goes for the fifth time and 10 shots for him this game.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's Markkanen. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Drops in the tray.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
Here's Gobert. He had 16 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And it felt like he was literally everywhere on the defensive end. Multiple rejections, stifling all game long.
Now here's Dunn. Down by 15. Levine, good.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers. Dunn showing great vision.
Here's Mitchell. 8 points for him. High post, Gobert. Lopez is there. Favors. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Dunn dishes to Levine. No good that time. Gobert with the defensive effort. Jazz leading by 15. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Now here's Rubio. He's covered closely. Lopez with the block.
You have to be a fan of how Robin Lopez refuses to give any shot a free pass. He'll block and challenge anything.
Now Rubio. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Crowder against Holiday. Shot by Crowder, no good. Chicago's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Doris, you were born in New York, became the first female analyst to ever call a Knicks game. Talk about the emotions that night, having traveled that incredible journey.
You know, Kev, it was both magical and nerve-wracking. You know, I grew up a Knicks fan when there was a healthy Bernard King, and the league had absolutely nothing for him when he was doing work on the low post. Hubie Brown was an idol of mine. But it was also nerve-wracking to be the first woman to sit in Clyde Frazier's seat. It was sort of awe-inspiring and a ton of fun.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Markkanen. Denzel Valentine comes in for Zach LaVine. David Nwaba is checked in for Justin Holiday. And it's Jaren Grant in for Dunn. Here's Grant. Pass to Nwaba. Out left to the wing, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles.
And a chance to check out Jaren Grant here. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 7 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Now, here's Exum. He's covered by Grant. Here's Mitchell. Chicago grabs the miss.
That's simply not aggressive enough. Needs to show grit and determination, and didn't on that one.
Passes it to Nwaba. Here's Lopez. Another one falls for Chicago.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
Utah leading by 9. Now here's Exum. And it's sent back by Lopez. In transition, here come the Bulls. Stops, pops. A shot by Valentine, no good. Utah has gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Mitchell, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Felicio's checked in for Robin Lopez.
One shot.
We've got 1:13 left now here in the second. Grant kicks to Nwaba. Back to Grant. They set the pick. Floats one. Pass to Nwaba. Here's Portis. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Felicio. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
Shot's good.
Udo picks one up.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. The Bulls have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9.
One shot behind the lanes.
And that one misses. Utah leading by 10. Fires the three. And it's Mitchell missing. 40 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Mwaba. And the shot goes in. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of the game. Exum passes to Ingles. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of the game. That one falls.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Grant outside. They set the pick. Fires for three. No good on the buzzer beater. And we finished one half of basketball. Jazz lead by 10. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A big night so far for Derek Favors. He had 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Bulls.
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
That's it for now, as the second half just about ready to go.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. The second half just about to get going here. It's been a clinic out there by Derek Favors.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Well, it's his specialty. There are certain guys who can dominate a half or even an entire game by generating second chances.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Bulls trail by 10. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. The tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Mitchell is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Crowder in at the 3, the small forward. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 11, and that one good. 6 points for Zach LaVine.
Increasingly comfortable from the mid-range now. LaVine rises and fires.
And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
Utah leading by 6. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Gobert with a screen for Favors. The feed to Gobert. Favors with the screen. Gobert dishes to Rubio. Outside, Crowder puts up a 3. And it's Mitchell missing. And for the Bulls, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. 90 seconds now into the second half. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Bulls.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
Utah leading. The dish to Gobert. He kicks to Rubio. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. You just have to love the way Ricky Rubio plays defense. Fantastic at jumping a play, and Doris forcing a turnover for his team to get out and get a scoring transition.
Right. I think the thing that stands out with Ricky Rubio is probably his anticipation. That is what makes him such a great defender. Active feet, active hands to bother shooters, incredible lateral movement, and an impressive wingspan.
And the first one drops.
Now, this is one of the most talked about international players ever, and I think Rubio just needs to stay healthy and keep working on that shot.
And so he hits both.
And Ricky Rubio, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe he doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
He dishes it to Favors. Shoots over Markkanen. The Jazz again can't hit it. And Greg, for Rubio, his defense is something that isn't talked about, but is certainly present all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's smart, fast, he moves his feet well, and has terrific anticipation with his hands. Great playing both on and off the ball, and just aware of his spacing and a player's tendencies.
The Jazz haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. And it's the Bulls with the ball. 9-point game. Feeds it to Markkanen. Dishes it to Dunn. Just 5 to shoot. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Lopez.
Boy, just always aggressive under the rim. Robin Lopez earning his keep tonight.
Jazz leading by 7. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Inside, Favors with the screen. Crowder Holiday with the defensive effort.
Not how they hope to start the second half, missing 4 of their first 5 here.
He feeds it to Levine. Now the pass to Markkanen. Tries again, and the rejection by Favors.
I think you want to see more of this from Derek Favors. You love to see him be aggressive and try to send shots back.
Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Sinks the three-pointer. And that's now 9 points for Zach LaVine.
Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense he's up against. It's really something to watch.
They set the pick, and Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Gobert the screen. And it's Rubio, that time on the assist from Favors. Favors got his 3rd assist on the night. Lopez a screen on Crowder. And LaVine, here we go. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
I'll tell you, LaVine's a guard, but he has the quickness, the hops. He's difficult to stop in there.
Rubio the pass to Gobert. Favors dishes to Crowder. Over Holiday. And the shot is long. Bulls trail by 4. Kicks it to Dunn. Pass to Lopez. Over Gobert. Lopez, no luck.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
They get it back. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, Rudy Gobert showing a bit of an edge on the interior. This guy, if he goes up strong, the defense is going to have to whack him to contain him.
And you look back early in his career, Rudy Gobert, he kind of clogged things up just as much at the offensive end as he did defensively. And I tell you what, though, he's made significant strides, becoming much less of a liability on offense.
First free throw is good. And Gobert last season with career highs in field goal percentage and free throw percentage.
And he averaged double figures for the first time in his career. If you ask me, he'll be a walking double-double in this league for a long time.
The Jazz making a switch here. Brooks is checked in, and Gobert drops them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Bulls trail by 6. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Outside, LaVine. The tray. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Rubio the pass to Favors. Favors with the screen. Burks dishes to Crowder. LaVine against Burks. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Pulls up. They get it again. Done. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Well, we call that crowding the shooter, right? You don't give up an inch. It's just perfect defense.
And Holiday kicks to Markkanen. LaVine inside the three-point line. Again, LaVine missing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Holiday sets the pick for Dunn. From deep. Again, Holiday missing. Utah leading by 9. Burks in the corner. Back to Rubio. Now here's Burks. Not a lot of room. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists tonight. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Urebko comes in for Derek Favors. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Crowder. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Grant, that's good.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Burks, the pass to Udo. Exum with it, now defended by Grant. Now, here's Exum. He's guarded closely. Udo dishes to Exum. And Utah, another three.
Well, Dante Exum knocking down shots will put a smile on this team's face. He continues to work on the offensive end.
Here's the screen. Grant kicks to Portis. Rebounded by Urebko. And here's Utah. They're on a 12-4 run right now. From deep, Ingles. It's rebounded by Portis. Bulls trail by 12. The call will go against Urebko. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Boy, plenty of time left in the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his 4th foul now.
Grant with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Passes it to Portis. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, terrific quickness. The burst of Alec Burks looking strong inside.
There's the steal. Pass to Udo. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Here's Grant. He can't get that one. And it's Utah the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got 6 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Portis kicks to Grant. Here's Valentine. Offensive rebound. Felicio.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Ingles. His last 10 games, averaging 5 points per game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. And here's Exum. He's got 7. And there's the feed to Urebko. Here's Exum. Shot clock at 6. From 12 feet out. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. He's got 8.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Portis kicks to Nwaba. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
I'll tell you, that play was not as easy as he made it look. A moving target, it has to be perfectly placed, really pretty.
There's the dish to Urebko. He kicks to Udo. Feeds it to Exum. The Jazz working the ball around now. Urebko, the pass to Burks. Nwaba with the rebound. Bulls trail by 14. 1:46 left in the third quarter of the game. Now the pass to Felicio. Now here's Valentine. Ingles covering. The shot by Valentine, no good. Jazz leading by 14. Burks dishes to Udo. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
Grant kicks to Portis. Pass to Nwaba. Screened by Grant. Dishes to Valentine. Off target with his three. Utah's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Burks the pass to Udo. They set the pick. He dishes it to Exum. And Jerebko has it in the corner. The three-pointer no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Bulls trail by 16. 43 seconds left to play in the third. Grant kicks to Portis. In the corner, Valentine with it. He gets that one. Valentine's got his third basket of the night right there. Utah leading by 14. Now Exum. He has 7. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Burks. Tight defense on him. Here's Udo. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. And so it's the Utah Jazz sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Keep fighting, fellas. All right, one possession at a time. All right, how are we going to do it? Take care of the ball. Make sure we're getting back in transition. A lot of game left. All right, we'll get it going here. We'll get it going.
Fred Hoiberg encouraging his players to live in the moment. Don't worry about the score right now. Just keep plowing ahead.
Yeah, great point. You can't undo what's already been done. Just deal with what you can control, which is the next possession.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Portis is out there with Valentine. Then there's Grant, and it's Felicio in at the center position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
One shot. One shot.
Bulls trail by 17. Now here's Grant. Felicio kicks to Valentine. Here's Portis. Rebounded by Exum.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
So for the Bulls, Zach LaVine comes in for David Nwaba, and Chris Dunn subbed in for Grant. Utah also making some changes. Gobert comes in for Udo, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dante Exum. There's the pick. Outside LaVine. No good on the 3. Jazz leading by 17. Rubio misses.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
Out left to the wing. And Valentine now top of the key. And the Bulls with another miss. The Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Rubio dishes to Jerebko. Nice ball movement by Utah. And Gobert kicks to Ingles. Here's Mitchell. Drills the three-pointer. And the Jazz lead by 20.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
That shot, no good. So Utah will take it the other way. On the wing, Ingles. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the Bulls with another miss.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Here's your Rebko. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist in this one. The Bulls have gone 0 of 6 in the 4th quarter. A disastrous start to the period. Outside, Levine. Dunn passes to Portis. He feeds it to Dunn. Here's Felicio, defended by Gobert. Just 4 to shoot. Levine for 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
He's been heating it up since the break, getting some excellent looks right now.
Jazz leading by 19 points.
Hey, watch Ricky, watch Ricky.
Rubio outside. Kicks it to Gobert. Now, here's Rubio. He's tightly guarded. Here's Ingles. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Dunn kicks to Portis. Inside. It's deflected. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. So for the Bulls, Lopez, he's checked in for Felicio. Markkanen comes in for Bobby Portis. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Valentine. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Jay Crowder comes in for Joe Ingles. Bulls trail by 21. Offensive rebound. Markkanen dishes to Dunn. Here's Levine. Chicago keeps it going. A new 24-second clock. Lopez with the bucket.
Yeah, that's nice work in there on the inside. Lopez not having any issues converting that time.
They set the screen. Rubio the pass to Mitchell. His 3-pointers off the mark. And Chicago shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. And not going to let him get that easy dunk. Defense stopping the easy 2, but a foul called.
Foul.
And a trip to the free throw line instead.
Two shots.
And that one misses.
Yeah, Chris Dunn tantalized the NBA guys with his elite speed, his playmaking ability. There were some question marks about his decision making, but I think that's about repetition.
He hits the second from the line. Doris, we know there's a lot of trash talking on the court. Some of it is unfriendly, some of it not so much, just kind of playing around. When do you consider comments going over the line?
Well, given that I'm not necessarily privy to exactly everything that's said, I imagine much of it not PG rated, Kevin.
No.
I would say that's an issue for the players to decide. If you step over the line, you're going to feel me in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, though, we've ever had a time in any professional sport, but in particular the NBA, where there has been a real feeling of community among the players, though. I mean, I think in the olden days, there was genuine hatred, and there's some of that now. But there is really a feel like, wait, we are all in this together.
Maybe too much so. Like
Maybe too much so.
I enjoyed watching Larry Bird, who was supposed to be amongst the best trash talkers, get into the head of the player. Draymond Green is the current iteration of perhaps the best trash talker. I say, listen, let him yap a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
He's taking Kevin Garnett's place in that regard, I think.
Yeah.
And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Jazz leading by 19 points.
Rubio.
Mitchell kicks to Rubio. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Chris Dunn picks one up.
Yeah, see, the defender unwilling to just give it to Rubio forces him to the line.
The first one falls. Doors one trend we've seen in the league, and emphasis on getting back defensively rather than pounding the offensive glass. I think of San Antonio a little bit when I think about that. Why is that, you think?
You know, I don't know if this is something cyclical and we'll eventually see teams emphasize getting to the offensive glass as a means to help them win. But one of the most dangerous aspects of the NBA right now is transition three opportunities. We're not even seeing teams get back to the hoop and build their defense out. At this point, they're sprinting to the three-point line and then building back toward the hoop. So a drastic difference. We'll see if it changes at any point.
Now, here's Rubio. Here's Favors. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now, here's Dunn, covered by Rubio. Levine can't hit. Jazz leading by 20. Here's Mitchell. Levine with the rebound.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Dunn shot's good.
Yeah, Levine finding the open man. The difference for him right now, playing under control.
Here's Mitchell. Passes it to Gobert. Over Lopez. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Holiday. And the rejection by Favors. Tries again.
Two shots, gentlemen. Two.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Both free throws good from Holiday. Jazz leading by 15. Rubio with it. Crowder kicks to Rubio. The 10-footer finds the target.
I'll tell you, the in-between game for Rubio starting to come around.
Now, here's Dunn. Defense is right there. Pass to Markkanen. The teardrop falls in.
I'll tell you, that's a graceful finish. Not just any old layup. The teardrop.
Rubio with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Gobert the screen. Crowder dishes to Favors. The feed to Gobert. And it's Gobert again missing. Bulls trail by 15. Outside, Levine. He kicks to Lopez. The wide open look here for Holiday. And the Bulls, another three.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Utah leading by 12. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Banked in off the glass.
I'll tell you, that's about focus on the interior because Favors is a super talent and he'll find a way to score inside.
The dish now to Holiday. Crowder against Levine. Off the pick.
Oh! And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now here's Gobert. Rubio with a screen on Lopez. And Gobert kicks to Favors. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Holiday with the three. Again, Holiday missing.
He needs to stop shooting the ball right now. This is hurting his team.
Three-pointer, Crowder. They get it back. Favors, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Well, you like how Favors stays after it in that instance. When he's close to the bucket, boy, he's great at hustling for these second chance points.
Now, here's Dunn. Feeds it to Markkanen. Outside, Levine. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. Shot clock at 5. Gobert with the block.
Now, this is the calling card of Rudy Gobert, a superb shot blocker. The wingspan is a thing of beauty.
Mitchell passes to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Crowder kicks to Gobert. Kicks it out to Rubio. Left side, Crowder. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Chicago calls timeout.
You know, I think one thing Coach will address in this timeout right now is you're missing a lot of shots. Why not become more of a facilitator out there?
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Derek Favors.
And it's been another dominant night on the glass for him. Some of his other numbers might change from game to game, but you know he's going to give you double-digit rebounds. It's impossible to keep him off the glass. His energy level is that good.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Fred Hoiberg was talking with his team during the break. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Now, here's Rubio. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. Lobs it up for Favors. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Holiday. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Now, here's Markkanen. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. The kick out to Crowder for the three. He scores his sixth bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Well, so quick off the pass. I mean, Crowder timing that shot perfectly, staying one step ahead of the defense.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. Levine kicks to Dunn. Lopez, a screen on Rubio. Here's Dunn. That one, no good. Gobert with the defensive effort, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. And here are the Bulls now, down by 15. Lopez a screen. Levine kicks to Dunn. Outside Holiday. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Utah.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Derek Favors.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Felicio's checked in for Lopez. Valentine comes in for Levine. David Waba's checked in for Justin Holiday. And it's Grant in for Dunn.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's Exum after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. 36 seconds left in the fourth. Some solid defense from Grant. And here is Valentine. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Felicio. And the rejection by Udo. Dishes to Ingles. Now Exum. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.